We have a new drug to combat this syndrome. Ignoritol. Let me show you how Ignoritol works. It turns this to this.
Someone's got a case of the Monday.
I'm going to Disneyland.
Alright, what's up guys? Time just spending the morning out, getting my thoughts together. Spent a little time downtown. Basically, I just wanted to talk to you about some changes I'm going through as far as with my videos and just my shoe collection. I'm actually going to be getting rid of some pairs of shoes. I've definitely, obviously, gotten on that kind of hype wave that's been going around. And that's kind of what I've always been into. I've always been into having things that people didn't have, around me. Like whether it was, newer music, certain clothing, shoes. I mean, as a kid, that kind of stuff wasn't really that readily available. But a lot of my shoe habit definitely stems from when I was a kid. I think a lot of us try to get back a lot of our youth through purchasing things that maybe we didn't have, whether it's, people collect, toys, vintage toys, vintage clothing, buying, retro shoes. That's kind of the name of the game as far as to kind of recapture, your youth. People always are trying to stay young. Myself, those were formidable years. The 90s were definitely my developmental years. I definitely like, old shows, old music. I'm definitely into, new music, new shows as well, but for the most part, you can always look back at that stuff, definitely enjoy it. I enjoy listening to 90s music, I enjoy watching 90s shows, and then obviously apparel. Luckily, that's kind of what's readily available now is retro 90s stuff. A lot of, obviously Nike and whatnot is doing a lot of retro shoes, so that's been an advantage for me, but at the same time, it's allowed me to kind of go overboard. So I'm trying to drop some of that stuff. So recently, I did something I've never done before, and that's sell some shoes. I've listed some shoes on StockX. I've never sold a pair of my shoes. I have given away a pair of shoes, a couple pairs of shoes. I've donated them to people that don't have shoes to use for like basketball or things, from like kids' school and stuff like that. And I've traded a pair of shoes for other shoes, but I've never actually sold. So this is definitely eventually something I said I'd never do, because a lot of us, have the opposite of buyer's remorse. You get that seller's remorse. You look back and go, dang, I shouldn't have gotten rid of that. And there's definitely shoes from my past that I've sold, when I was younger to get that, quick cash that definitely I wish I would have held on to. So this morning I listed 3 pairs of my shoes. 2 of them were Space Jams. In my past videos, I talked about my Space Jams. I have too many pairs, so I'm dropping 2 of those, and I put on my Chicago ones. Although that is a hype shoe, and that's something that people enjoy seeing, it's just something I would never wear. I'm not a big ones guy. I have a few ones, but I don't think I'd ever bust them out and actually wear them. So I listed those, so hopefully those will sell quick. I put them at a decent price to hopefully unload them pretty quick. Now, this is my first time doing StockX, so they have some heavy fees. So I think for the Chicago ones, it's going to be around $50 processing fee for what I listed them at. It's like almost $40 some odd for the seller fee, and then a processing payment fee of another like $10. So it's $50 to sell the shoe. I know there's probably other routes to go to where I'm not losing that much of the profit, but at the same time, I think I paid $150 for the shoes. It's an easier route than trying to sell any other way. I know it's kind of a middleman service, but hopefully it's going to work out. The Space Jams I listed I think the lowest, I put it at the lowest asking price for any pairs. So hopefully those will go pretty quick. I think I've already received one response back on the Jordan 1s. They didn't come with my full offer, but they came, I think, about $15-20 less. So I may end up just taking that to get this going, but we'll see. It's only been up for a day. Hopefully the other part of this video, you guys will see the second part of the process, which is actually mailing the shoes off. Shipping's free for our side as far as the sellers. The buyers are paying for that, so at least you save a little money there. But we'll see what happens. Alrighty, there we go. So if you can see that, I'm shipping both of them out right now through UPS. I'll kind of go through the ins and outs of what I found as far as with the selling process. You know, maybe some helpful suggestions on what you can do. I have some ideas, some things I might do differently going forward to just try to maximize that money for myself. So I'm gonna go in right now, ship them. So there is a couple things with this whole process that I kind of want to go over with you guys. So there's definitely ways to obviously save some money. I mean, number one, saving your boxes from the original shipments, like the boxes you get from Nike, the boxes you get from Adidas, the boxes you get from even StockX if you're ordering other things from StockX. That's going to save you some money. I know a lot of us don't hold on the boxes. That was something I struggled with right now. I had saved one Adidas box from my last delivery, which was a while ago, but I didn't have any additional boxes, so I ended up getting a box from work. It's a little bit bigger than the shoebox, so I'm a little worried that it's gonna move around. So if a carrier just throws it on the truck or drops it on the corner or something like that, the box is gonna be jacked. So I'm a little concerned with that because obviously they're wanting the boxes to be in good condition, undamaged. Am I gonna get a thing back from StockX? Hey, we're sending this back, charging you for the shipping because the box came to us damaged? Whatever, I don't know. I just pulled these right off the shelf in my closet, threw them right in the box. If you can keep all that packing material that you normally get, you're gonna save money. You're gonna save money on the boxes. UPS wants to charge a grip for boxes, and that's how you gotta send it, is UPS. They want, and they're selling their packing materials. I could have bought some, packing peanuts or bubble wrap or whatever that I could have filled that dead space. Another thing is if you plan on selling quite a few pairs on StockX, this is something I thought about after I posted the 3 that I posted. I have to research this, but I'm almost certain that after you make 3 sales, your fees start to drop. The more you sell, the less your fee is. It's that process. If you're somebody that's constantly bringing them money, then they start reducing your charge. So that's cool, right? That makes sense. So looking at it, the 2 pairs that I've sold already, yeah, those were lower priced pairs, but the third pair that I have is extremely high priced, so I'm paying a huge fee on that. So obviously if you can sell some lesser or lower priced pairs to get your resale fee down before you start selling the expensive pairs, that makes perfect sense. Especially if you plan on using this service quite often to sell your sneakers. I mean, if you're gonna make it a habit of buying new releases and selling, I mean, get some cheap pairs right now, something you can sell on there cheap just to get your resale, your reseller fee or whatever they call it or whatnot down, so that way you can save some money. They want you to ship within 2 days. Sometimes that's a problem. So like I listed mine right at the weekend, which is probably a good idea. Probably posting on Fridays is the best idea because they want you to ship it within 2 business days. Within 2 business days. So if you sell it on a Saturday or a Sunday, you're not having to ship Saturday or Sunday. Now you can, UPS stores I was just at is open on Sundays. You can ship in those days, but it gives you a few extra days to get your stuff. And me, I had to get at least one of them out today. The other one didn't have to go today, but I kind of panicked. I was like, I need to get this out at the same time. It just makes more sense. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that everything's gonna be fine. I mean, if you're just wanting to sell one pair here and there, just know it's gonna cost you to sell. But for me, it's the legitimacy of the business. I'm not having to go to a consignment shop where it'll sit. I mean, consignment fees are high as well. So it's not like you're going to be saving a lot of money by doing that. I personally don't have any consignment shops here local with me. I mean, I would have to drive 2 hours to get to the closest consignment shop, and I mean, is that really worth it to me? I mean, how much is that costing me in gas? It's costing me, you know, a full tank of gas, which is $30. So just not gonna happen. So I might be selling some Supreme on there. I got some Supreme that I have intentions of using for something else, but at the same time I'm trying to build some capital for some other things that I got going on. So, you know, trying to create space in my closet, trying to create some, you know, cap space of money as far as to use for some things I really do want, shoes and whatnot. That's what I'm working towards right now. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright guys, so this is my last sale on StockX. Someone took my offer that I had out there for my Chicago ones. I kind of hate to lose them in the collection, but it was one of the ones that needed to go. I mean, as you guys can see, it's a high quality shoe. This came out after the shattered backboard, so it has some good quality. You know, the back half doesn't, but the front half does. So gonna go ahead and take those to UPS right now and go ahead and ship them off. I will be selling some other shoes, but probably using the Goat app, and I'll show you guys that when I do it. Alright kids, there it is. That's my last shoe that I had listed. Just sold a couple days ago. Super excited. As you can see there, going off to StockX to get verified and then get my money. So just like I touched on before, some different things that you can do. I may touch on them again at the end of the video. I may not. I may touch on it in some future videos, but for the most part, overall decent process. Probably had opportunity to make a little more money than I did. Probably going to end up profiting maybe around $500 or so, but again, the ease of the process is what's really important to me, and it was super easy. So let's go into UPS, get this shipped out, and get this adventure finished.